Okay, so I thought I'd go ahead and talk about the rest of the costume instead of just the helmets and the other stuff. So Halloween was 2 days ago. We already did it all. I'm not going to get all dressed, but I can put some pictures in a video if I post it. But yeah, so you know, I mean, here's the shield. I did this. This is my original shield. It's all beat up from the authentic battle damage. I made a scabbard for my sword, and at the last minute I tried to make it all barbarian, but you can see the scabbard under there. What I really want to do is come back and take some leather like this, but sew it on real nice instead of just wrapping it around. See, I just wrapped it around and I put some animal skins on there. It looked really cool. This wasn't like this. It had happened over the Halloween. But yeah, you know, it came out awesome, I think. Very barbarianish, or Viking, barbarian. They're sort of the same, right? We got the helmets. Set this aside. And here's my helmet from last year. You can see I did the liner. I don't think I did a very good job on that one for the liner. It was really uncomfortable. I ended up putting a piece of that foam stuff in there, but it looks like it came out. My son's came out really good. And let's see, I don't know if the light in here, I might have to. So yeah, you can see, and this one came out a lot better. I used these bottom row holes, and I used these little leather rivets that you can apply with a pair of pliers, and I put a leather strap. And in my first helmet I made it thin like this, but that was a mistake, I think, so I made this one a little thicker. I don't know if you can see how thick it goes down in there a little further. And then these come from behind, and they need to come from behind because otherwise you'll feel all those bumps from each of these. They're irritating on your scalp. But then these things come and you just put a little hole in the end and you tie a piece of leather in there. And you can, if it's too high, you can put holes lower down and put a piece of leather there and just pull it in more. And then it just fit on his head, and he actually wore it for about 20 minutes before it got too heavy for him. So I was happy with that. I expected about 2 minutes and that would be that, but no, he kept it on and he looked awesome wearing it. And we just glued these with fabric glue. Just glued them on there. On my helmet I nailed them in. I'm a little worried, but I think it'll be fine. For the main part, I just bought this whole side. It's a whole side of leather, and you can get these at what's called the Tandy Leather Factory. They come in rolls. They're all rolled up, and they got hundreds of them in there. You can get them online too, but there's a store nearby, about an hour away, and I just went in and looked around until I found what I liked, and then I just cut a hole in it and just boop, throw it over, right? So there's my main tunic, I guess you'd call it. I'll back this up so that it comes down around the top of my thighs, and then I just wrap a belt around it. And I made a belt. Which is in here somewhere. Here it is. I just bought a belt kit from that same Tandy, and I bought this from Tandy. They got everything. This place is great. They got all kinds of stuff. If you want to do a barbarian outfit or a Viking, they got everything you need, really. And so I bought the belt kit, the belting kit, and then the belt buckle. And you should wrap it around, just like so. There we go. And then you can't see it. Let me put it back. You see the belt? Ah, see? There, all set. Of course, I didn't wear a shirt underneath, you know, so you can see my big, massive guns. And then this is just a piece of fabric that I bought at Joanne. And I'm not sure what it is. I can't give you the name of it, but it's got this kind of furry sheepskin sort of feel to it. It's not sheepskin, but it kind of looks like it. It looks enough like it that I think it turned out really well. And all I did with this is my cape, and I just took, sorry, backwards. I just took the corners like so, and then pulled them over my shoulders like this, and then I tied them off with a little piece of leather, and then I actually ended up tucking it into my belt like that. But it was tied off here, tucked into my belt, and I had my cape, and it looked pretty cool. It came out good, and actually it turned out good because it got cold. So so that was the cape, and then let's see if I can make it stay on, just because I want to show this other thing. It's backwards again. Jeez, come on, camera. So then, I got these rabbit's fur. Same place, Tandy. Actually, I might have ordered some of these online. I think they're cheaper that way. What I did is I tied them together with this, on my belt. I tied them together with these two straps. Now this one's come loose, but I can still show you the basic idea. And then you just put it over your shoulders like this, right? And so now you got that authentic barbarian Viking look, right? You got the thing over your shoulders on. This was together like this. Over my shoulders, like so. Oh, Viking! And then you had the helmet. And there you go. There's your basic Viking outfit. Just smashed my glasses. What else? Now for the feet, I didn't get leather pants or anything like that. You know, you could go there or you could make pants, but I didn't. In fact, this year I wore shorts. Last year I wore black jeans. Either one looked good. And then shoes. I wore some just dark leather boots, and then I just wrapped some more of that rabbit's fur around my ankles and just tied it off with a whole bunch of pieces of leather stuff. My son, I don't know where they are. I think they're in the car. My son, for him this year, and I would have done this for me too, it was cool. We made shoes. They have these little moccasin kits, and you can make moccasins, and those worked out really well. We made some moccasins for him, and we had to cut them down real small and stuff, and kind of modify the pattern, the pieces that came with the kit, but it wasn't too hard to do. We did that, and then made him a belt too. Managed to same place, Tandy again. They had these straps of animal skin, cowhide, I think, and you buy these snaps, and they come in a kit, and you just you put them on. You get this little tool, and you bang it with a hammer, and it smashes them on there, and then you know, we got him a cool looking belt buckle, so that looked good for him. And here's his finished shield. I don't know if I ever showed it all done, with the shield boss on it that I made, proud of, and a little handle here for his little hand, and a strap so he could just hang it over him. So yeah, so I mean that's about it, you know. And he had this big giant. I don't see it, unfortunately. You can even get stuff at Spirit Halloween, right? So we found this big giant. I mean, battle axe is almost as big as he was, and it was real light. It was made of this foam rubber stuff. But it had like this skull. It was like made with a skull, and I think it was supposed to be kind of creepy skull looking, but it really worked well as a sort of barbarian battle axe, you know, like a Viking battle axe. And we put this thing, maybe I can find that. I'm not sure it was the right way of doing it. So the way we did it was, I had this ring. I don't even know where this came from. I may have bought this at Tandy Leather Factory too. And we used this for his giant battle axe. And the way it worked was, you just put it on the back of your neck, or we put it on the back of his neck like this. So you can see it kind of hanging there. And then these strings come down the front, and we just looped them around the belt loop, or the belt buckle, and they held good. And you know, you can just kind of see how it works, and it keeps it right in the middle. And then we had, I don't have his battle axe here, but I do have this sword, so you can get an idea. And you just put it in there, and it hung on his back. And it actually stayed really good. It was perfect. It worked really well. I'm not sure how a real scabbard for a big giant battle axe works. I kind of looked on the internet, and there's some elaborate designs, and I didn't have the time or the materials to do anything too crazy for plastic battle axe, but this worked out really well. And he wore it for a long time. He wore pretty much the whole costume. Let's see, first he took off the helmet after about 20 minutes. Then he handed off the battle axe, and then he handed off the shield, and then he took off the tunic and the cape. So it took a good hour before he was down to just his shorts and oh yeah, his shoes. They came. I was carrying them too. So I was basically carrying his entire costume by the end of Halloween, but that was okay. I expected that. But anyway, that's about all I got. You know, you can do all kinds of things. We were trying to wrap leather around the legs, but it's good. The rabbit's fur works well. Just it didn't really irritate you. Just wrap it around your ankles, and it looks really cool. And anyway, that's all I got. I'll put some pictures in the video so you can see what we ended up looking like. It was really cool. So it came out really good. I got a lot of good compliments on it. I mean, nobody came up and said, "Wow, man, how did you do that?" or "Did you make it yourself?" But there were a lot of cool costume, awesome Viking, that kind of stuff. So it was fun. And you know, the fun is in making it. More for me anyway than showing it off. Although we totally could have won some Halloween costume contests. So next year we'll be ready in time. We're gonna enter some contests. Me and my boy, we're gonna win a trophy or something. All right. I mean, I deserve something for all that work. I really do.